Hi, I'm Nan Simonsen. I'm a nationally board certified health and wellness coach. I've been whole food plant-based, as has my husband, for 7 years. I've never felt better, stronger, and more positive about my health future. And I will be 75 in 2.5 months. So I am crazy about not only the idea of lifestyle as medicine, but I discovered even after 7 years of whole food plant-based and living a healthy lifestyle that there are times when something needs a little bit more. And I discovered that little bit more from Dr. Brooke Goldner's Nourishment program, Goodbye Lupus, and from her Rapid Recovery group. And I sing the praises of what she has contributed to reversing, reversing chronic disease, especially autoimmune diseases, but not only autoimmune. So I am about to make one of my favorite desserts. I thought I'll bring you along. Dr. Goldner's book, Goodbye Lupus, Hello Delicious. I have lots of notes in here and post-it notes to hold open the areas that I want. Have given me a wide array of things that I can make that, even though they are raw, still let me feel that I am being not only satisfied but also nourished and in love with my food. This recipe includes sweet potato. Now you may be thinking, I can't eat raw potato. No, I wouldn't recommend that you eat raw potato, raw regular potato. But a sweet potato is a different genus. And it is absolutely edible raw and delicious. And some of you find in your markets garnet sweet potatoes, and you don't see, or garnet yams, and you don't see sweet potato necessarily. The garnet yam is the same genus as a sweet potato. An actual yam is quite different, and that's not the same thing. And so if you see garnet yam, if you see sweet potato, what you're looking for this recipe is the one with the orange flesh. I love the Hannah yam, that white potato. That's also a sweet potato, and I find it delicious, as does Chef AJ. She sort of introduced it to the world, and man, I'm crazy about them. But I usually roast them, and this was a surprise when I saw this recipe, and I have made this recipe again and again, so I thought I would make it with you. And I have a pound, I just bought a pound of a garnet sweet potato, peeled it, and oops, I got an escapee, excuse me, I'm gonna wash this off. And then I'm going to put in 2 very ripe bananas. And by very ripe, I mean this kind of very ripe. I look for ripe bananas like this at the markets, and sometimes they even wrap I just saw this at a store where they wrap the bundle in red tape, and red tape is 29 cents a pound instead of $1.25 or whatever, because a lot of people won't buy them this way. I wouldn't buy it this way to eat regularly, and you see it's not spotty inside, but it's a softer banana. And what I like about them like this is that they're ultra sweet, and this is the only sweetness in here, so I want it to be very sweet. Well, this one has some darker markings in it, but not a lot. In other words, it's not rotten inside. And so I'm putting 2 bananas, a pound of sweet potato. I'm going to put in the juice of 1 orange, and this wasn't a juicing orange, so it's I don't know, 3.5 tablespoons. I have a little more here in case I need a little more moisture in here, but we'll see what happens. But before I began to juice the orange, I used my microplane. If you don't have one of these, they're really inexpensive. And to get the zest, you simply run any kind of citrus, but mainly orange or lemon or lime. You run the whole fruit, because that's when it's most plump. and it doesn't collapse under the pressure along the plane, and then just sort of slap the plane down, and the zest falls off onto your cutting board or a plate or a piece of parchment paper or whatever you're using. But the zest, this was especially moist zest, so it's really clumped together, has so much flavor. It has a lot of oils in it that give a lot of flavor to whatever it is you're making, to exaggerate that citrus flavor. And then I have a little bit of salt. In this case, I used a little less than a half a teaspoon of salt, and you may think, man, I thought you were salt-free. No, I'm not salt-free. I do use some salt. But in Dr. Goldner's protocols, she encourages that we do use salt, because the other part of her hypernourishment protocol, besides, if you're hypernourishment and you have her smoothies, my smoothie is about a pound of deep leafy green and cruciferous vegetables. So it's half kale, half spinach, plus fruit, no more than 25% by volume of that smoothie full of greens, and water to fill it up. Well, with this carafe, it fills up all the way up to here, and I'm looking at about a 92-ounce smoothie. Well, a lot of that is water, and our goal with her protocol is at least 96 ounces of water a day. And if you're drinking that much, you're washing out your electrolytes, and she encourages sodium. So got the salt in here. I have a little bit of nutmeg. Nutmeg can be so overpowering that too much is way too much. And so I used a little more than a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and just the tip of that spoon with nutmeg. I think a little, as I said, goes a long way. And I can add more if I want to. And that's it. That is the pudding. Now, you're going to see that it's going to take a bit to get it to really emulsify, because at first it's drier and it's chunkier. I'm going to bring my orange juice over here in case I want to put a little bit more. I have the plunger. That's what I like about the Vitamix. Not only is it strong enough to take this on, but the plunger makes it easy to work with. I'm going to make sure I have everything I want. Yep. And here we go. Did you see how it started chunky, and then all of a sudden the vortex began, and it became so smooth and velvety, satiny. And I store it in a bell jar. I certainly didn't need any more moisture to that. And look at this. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm going to do a little treat container for myself. I'm left-handed, so I have to turn this away from you to get it at the right angle. And put a couple of slices of banana. A little bit of blueberry. how pretty. And I'll let you know what it tastes like. This is just wonderful. Can you imagine making a dessert this good, this easy, that is 100% whole food, plant-based? You have banana, sweet potatoes, some cinnamon. I've got some blueberry in there to add to it. And our, well, of course, the sweet potato full of carotenoids, which are those plant chemicals that light our body up inside. And they are based on the yellows and the oranges and the reds of the plant kingdom. I think that's that. I want to recommend her book, Goodbye Lupus, Hello Delicious. It is all raw because her protocol, which is usually promoted for a 6-week period of time. I've done it twice for 6 weeks, high raw, nothing but raw. And then I edited her group, audited her group after I did it in conjunction with her and Thomas and 60 other people connecting in one way or another every day. And the auditing means that I was able to follow along even though I wasn't part of the coaching. It still taught me the value of food as medicine. We can heal so much. I had so much pain in my knee because of a torn meniscus, which is a mechanical error, a mechanical situation with my knee. And yet even that, after it was about 3.5 weeks, disappeared. And it happened twice. It happened in September last year, and then it started hurting again in, I don't know, June of this year. I hurt it again, and I thought I was going to go in for surgery. I had an MRI. I went to the surgeon, and before I saw him, from the time I made the appointment to the time I saw him, about 2.5 months, in there I decided to give it at least 1 month of her high raw protocol again, hyper-nourishment. And by the time I saw him and he said, "What can I do for you?" I said, "Well, I'm not having any pain anymore." Anyway, it was wonderful. And he was a doctor who believed in lifestyle as medicine and the power of food. And he said, "Look what you've done just with food." And then he asked me questions like, well, exactly what are you doing? And then by the time he left that office, he said, "I'm inspired. I'm going to do the same thing." He had a background, though. This wasn't out of nowhere. A surgeon, an orthopedic surgeon. But he had a background in the Seventh-day Adventist traditions because of his family, even though he wasn't he wasn't vegan. And it just brought back what he believed and what he grew up with, because that's part of the Blue Zones, the Seventh-day Adventist community of Loma Linda, and that's where he was from. Anyway, good story, good food. Thank you for being here. Consider subscribing. Give me a thumbs up. Have a great day. Try this. You've got the ingredients as I gave them out. And I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.